Welcome to Farming Aid. When it comes to beef, most people only know what the supermarket tells them. Angus? Sure. Wagyu? Fancy. But what if we told you that the most flavorful beef in the world might come from cattle breeds you've probably never even heard of? These aren't the celebrity cattle you see on steakhouse menus. They're the quiet champions, raised by passionate farmers who care more about taste than trends. In this video, we're diving deep into the world of hidden beef gems, the top 3 underrated cattle breeds that produce next-level flavor. These aren't just good, they're unforgettable. So if you're a foodie, a rancher, or just someone who wants to experience real beef flavor, you're in the right place. Get ready to meet the real stars of beef. Let's start with one of the best-kept secrets in the world of beef, the South Devon. Known affectionately as the gentle giants of England, South Devon cattle might not make headlines, but they make jaws drop at the dinner table. These cattle hail from the rugged coastal hills and deep green pastures of southwest England, where their genetics have been shaped by centuries of careful selection. Originally prized for both milk and meat, South Devon cattle have gradually gained a cult following for their phenomenal marbling and dense, beefy flavor. What makes South Devon special isn't just the fat. It's how that fat is distributed and how it melts. These animals produce meat with fine, intramuscular marbling that gives the beef a rich, buttery texture without the overwhelming greasiness you might get from ultra-fatty cuts. The result is beef that's both hearty and elegant. South Devon steaks have a deep red color, a strong grain, and a bold flavor profile that leans savory with a hint of sweetness on the finish. But beyond the science of fat and fiber, what truly sets this breed apart is the way it brings together old-world genetics with modern consumer demand. Small-scale producers across the UK and parts of the US have started to realize just how powerful this breed can be when flavor is the top priority. And while you may not find South Devon on every supermarket shelf, when you do stumble across it, whether at a boutique butcher or a farm-to-table restaurant, you're in for a serious treat. It's the kind of beef that doesn't need heavy sauces or exotic rubs, just salt, fire, and time. One bite, and you'll wonder why this breed isn't more famous. The texture is velvety, yet substantial. The flavor builds with each chew, layering savory richness with earthy, almost nutty undertones. If beef had a symphony, South Devon would be the low, resonant cello that grounds the entire orchestra. Now let's head to the Southern Hemisphere, where another breed quietly claims its place among the most flavorful, Murray Grey. This Australian breed often lives in the shadow of its more famous cousin, the Angus, but those who know beef deeply recognize Murray Grey as a flavor-forward powerhouse. Developed in the early 20th century in Victoria, Australia, the Murray Grey is the result of a chance cross between a Shorthorn cow and an Aberdeen Angus bull. But what began as a farm accident quickly turned into a flavor revolution. Murray Greys quickly distinguished themselves with their calm temperaments, easy calving, and consistent meat quality. However, it's their eating experience that really sets them apart. Their beef is known for exceptional tenderness, fine texture, and consistent marbling. Unlike some breeds that have peaks and valleys in quality, Murray Grey delivers reliable excellence across cuts. What's striking about their beef is the balance. It's not overly fatty, nor is it lean and chewy. It hits that rare middle ground where every bite is flavorful, juicy, and tender. The flavor itself is subtly complex, with deep umami notes and a lingering finish that feels clean yet fulfilling. It's beef that tastes like beef, without being gamey or bland. It has an almost mineral undertone, likely due to the rich Australian soils and grasses these cattle graze on. And while Murray Grey beef isn't always marketed with flashy labels, those in the know, especially in Australian high-end restaurants, seek it out for its consistency and eating pleasure. In blind taste tests, it frequently outperforms higher-priced or more famous breeds. What makes this even more impressive is the breed's adaptability. Murray Greys thrive in both grass-fed and grain-fed systems, meaning farmers can focus on quality without sacrificing animal health or environmental sustainability. In the world of beef where extremes often get the spotlight, ultra-marbled or ultra-lean, the Murray Grey shines with balance and elegance. It's like the jazz of the beef world, smooth, refined, and full of soul. Whether grilled, braised, or seared, Murray Grey beef delivers a deeply satisfying experience that leaves you nodding in quiet appreciation with every bite. Last but certainly not least, we shift focus to a breed that has ancient roots and a devoted modern following, the Beef Shorthorn. This is a breed that's been around since the 18th century, with its origins tied to the lush pastures of northeastern England. While its name is familiar to those in cattle circles, its value for flavor is often underappreciated by the average consumer. The Shorthorn breed has two branches, dairy and beef, and while both have contributed to agriculture in big ways, it's the beef side that offers some of the most mouth-watering meat on the planet. Beef Shorthorns are renowned for producing meat that is not only tender and well-marbled, but also richly flavorful without being overpowering. The meat from this breed strikes a fine balance. It's full-bodied but not fatty, juicy but not greasy. The marbling is less about quantity and more about distribution, creating a uniform texture that cooks evenly and retains moisture. What you get is a beef experience that is deeply savory, with a mellow sweetness and a long, clean finish. Unlike some high-fat breeds that can feel heavy or indulgent, Beef Shorthorn offers a satisfying meal that doesn't weigh you down. And for chefs, it's a dream to work with. It sears beautifully, responds well to aging, and holds flavor through a wide range of preparations. But beyond the plate, the Beef Shorthorn tells a story of resilience and refinement. It's a breed that has stood the test of time, adapting to different climates, evolving with changing market demands, and quietly maintaining its position as a go-to for farmers who prioritize quality over quantity. Today, you'll find dedicated Beef Shorthorn producers in the UK, the US, Canada, and New Zealand, often running smaller, sustainable operations that treat animal welfare and land stewardship as priorities. That commitment shines through in the meat. When raised well, Beef Shorthorn cattle produce beef that rivals anything on the luxury spectrum. And yet, despite all this, the breed remains underrated in the public eye, a quiet champion that continues to impress those who take the time to seek it out. What ties these three breeds together, South Devon, Murray Grey, and Beef Shorthorn, isn't just their flavor. It's their quiet excellence. In an industry often dominated by marketing campaigns and herd-size bragging rights, these breeds remind us that quality still matters. They prove that you don't have to chase the most expensive cut or the flashiest name to enjoy top-tier beef. Instead, the real stars of flavor are often found off the beaten path, in smaller farms, at local butcher shops, or on the menus of restaurants that put taste before trends. These cattle aren't bred just for show. They're bred for the table, for the chew, for the moment when your knife slices through a perfectly cooked steak and you know, before you even taste it, that you're about to eat something special. And when that bite delivers not just tenderness, but a depth of flavor that lingers and evolves as you eat, that's when you realize you've discovered something rare. Not rare in terms of scarcity, but rare in terms of experience. In a way, these breeds also represent a return to roots. Before industrial-scale beef production standardized everything from size to feed to flavor, cattle were raised in a wide variety of environments for local markets, each breed reflecting its landscape and culture. South Devon's meatiness speaks of rugged British pastures and salt air. Murray Grey's balance reflects the wild meets domestic harmony of the Australian bush. Beef Shorthorn's richness evokes the slow, steady rhythm of traditional English farming. These aren't just animals. They're living legacies of how people have shaped and been shaped by the land and the livestock they care for. Choosing to support these breeds means choosing to support diversity in the beef world, something we desperately need as we move toward more ethical and sustainable food systems. And for consumers, the payoff is immediate and delicious. You get beef that tells a story with every bite. You get steaks and roasts that don't need gimmicks. Just salt, heat, and time, and maybe a little patience in tracking them down. So there you have it, the 3 underrated beef breeds that deserve the spotlight for one simple reason: flavor. South Devon, Murray Grey, and Beef Shorthorn might not have the name recognition of Angus or Wagyu, but they deliver something even more important: depth, richness, and that pure, satisfying taste that beef lovers crave. These breeds prove that great beef isn't about hype. It's about heritage, care, and quality. The next time you're planning a special meal or talking to your local butcher, ask about these breeds. Try them, taste them, and see for yourself why the best beef stories are often the ones hiding in plain sight. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, subscribe for more real-deal livestock content, and let us know in the comments which underrated breed you want us to cover next.